Alrighty, we're live. Now, welcome to come join me for what is going to be mostly a private stream. I'm doing this for posterity. I want to save my trip around the world, and I figured I don't want to have a whole heap of stuff saved on my computer. So use YouTube as the service was intended. So today I'm going to be doing a Hokkaido trip. I'm planning to go from Hokkaido, which is where I landed last night, and we'll be probably going up to we got here Nakashibetsu, which is sort of to the northeastern trip. Now I'd like to do a bit of a sightseeing. I'm going to probably fly up this direction. I'd like to head over along the coast up here, add in a few stops. I definitely want to go and overfly Sapporo, and I want to go up north. Probably not. Let's just do a I definitely want to hit this one here. Is that a site, or is that just a fun airport to land at? I don't want to do that this time. I'm going to would like to overfly. Is that a really big mountain? I don't know. So I do have a little Google Maps thing over here, Google Earth I should say, of various sites I wanted to visit. I may as well bring that onto the main screen. You can have a quick look. Oh yeah, Cape Kamui is supposed to be spectacularly beautiful. So these are a bunch of places I'd like to have a look at. I may as well spend some time. So Cape Kamui is supposed to be spectacularly beautiful. Whether we'll translate across that way from the air, Bing Maps is not the most beautiful thing in the world, but we work with what we've got. I've got the settings on Ultra as well. We'll see if the stream can handle that. Of course, we've got over here the Shirogane Blue Pond, which is a blue pond. Looks beautiful from ground. I hope it'll look good from the air. The Sea of Clouds Terrace is supposedly somewhere you can see some spectacular cloud covering, like you're physically standing above the clouds looking down. But I'm in a plane, so I don't think that's going to be spectacular, but I've got it on there as an option. Of course, I'd like to see Lake Kusharo over here, and by extension Lake Manchu as I'm flying over that way. So let's move that to my other screen, and let's plan that in here. So I do want to overfly Sapporo, but let's just get Cape Kamui, which is this one here, I believe. Is indeed one here. So we'll add Cape Kamui in, overfly Sapporo, of course. The Shirogane Blue Pond. Now this is where things get a bit more difficult. I have to cross-reference a few things, and one is Google Maps and one is Bing Maps, so they don't necessarily correlate perfectly. Okay, so the Shirogane Blue Pond is here somewhere. I think, what have we got to cross-reference? Got down there, and it's north and east, about here somewhere, I think. Zoom in on the other screen. We got here. Okay, it's near that thing. There we go. I found it. It is not really that visible from the air. I think that's it. That's it there, right there. There you go, that's a hell of a lot smaller than I thought. Apparently standing there looking out that way, there's a whole bunch of beautiful trees in the water. Anyway, we'll add that as a site to go visit. Given that little curve there, I might just remove that. Put that up here. I'm using autopilot. I may have to walk away from the screen at a given moment. And if I'm using autopilot, I don't want it to curve over down too low on us for us to miss it. Next up, what else do I want to capture while I'm here? I would like to see Lake Kusharo and Lake Manchu over here. These two there. So I'll point up here and bring ourselves down that way. And of course, coming into the airport, it is very easy flying from there. Actually, it's going to be perfect. Okay, what have I got here? Now it's a total of 596 kilometers. It's probably a good time to answer my phone. God damn it. we'll just hang that one up, and I will deal with that at a later period in time. The joys of streaming, ladies and gentlemen. Joys of streaming. What have I got here? Yeah, of course my 4-year-old decided to come into the background as well. Give me 1 second. Daddy's talking. Be very quiet. Good boy. Now, I'm going to bring in this other little thing over here. This is me tracking all my flights from my home state all the way up to our current location, which is over here at where I landed last night, Hokkaido, on the 8th of March. Now, we got here some pre-filled flight information. We've got 596 kilometers at a 1.5 or 1 hour and 53 minutes estimated time. So, 1 hour 53 minutes estimated time. Today is the, what are we in, the 9th, I think. We are going from Hokkaido, clickety-clacky keyboard, through to RJCN. Oh, I'm going to put this on the other screen just so I can copy that across. What have we got? Naka Shibetsu. Never heard of it. I've never been to Hokkaido. Okay, I think here we've got 596 kilometers. A start time here locally of 4 p.m. Plane will be the DA62. And I'm getting approximately 4 to 5 kilometers. I'm doing some pretty hard flying. I can get a lot more. I can get to about 7 kilometers per liter. I'm currently doing about 4 to 5. I'm doing low flying and a lot of climbing and descending. So I'm going to want, 50% fuel should be sufficient for what we're doing here today. So I will leave it at the currently set 50%. Happy to leave some of the auxiliary. I can transfer that across later. What I'll do, just to be extra cautious, because I'm not actually paying for the real fuel, I can do that. That's roughly my weight, it's not exact. Give me a co-pilot of no, you know what, I don't need a co-pilot. I'm flying solo here today. And what do we got here? Let's throw in a bit of baggage. I'm going to bring, say, 30 kilos up there, and I'll throw something in the front as well, some souvenirs. Good enough there. Okay, I'm very happy with this. Very, very happy. So, we're going to go for a flight. Column dark from gate 22, the fuel box, and landing at runway 8. And of course taxiing in just over here. Looking very, very good, and we will start the flight. Now I have a few assists on. I'm not doing this. I'm not a pilot. I'm not going to attempt to completely push this for realism. A lot of this is sightseeing, so I have things like names of places, so I can just see as I'm flying past where I am, and I'm enjoying the beautiful scenery. You're welcome to come along for this journey as we head along. Probably, in fact, I certainly will not be talking the entire time. There'll be large stretches where I'm doing very little. The clouds rolled in. Oh, it's not too high, but it's certainly not on the ground at least. Where's that? Oh, I'm at the fuel box. That's why it opened. There we go, VFR. Now, strobes and positional lights on. I'm not going to bother with checklists. I know. Oh, I don't need a fuel pump. I know roughly what I'm doing. MA, like I said, not a good pilot. I would not fly in a plane with me at this point in time. Going well there while that all boots up. Let's just get our fuel on. Looking all good here. So we definitely want our alternators on, fuel pumps on, master switches on, the glow plugs to work up. Left is on. Right is on. Things are looking good. Turn the pitot heat on when I get up a little bit. I've always been concerned about something that's hot on the tube on the ground. If something flew up into it, you don't want a little piece of plastic or asphalt or something like that getting stuck and melting onto your pitot tube. So I'll wait until I'm higher up when it's actually somewhat relevant. Let's have a quick look at our nav log. We're going to be going 333 to start. I'll start by presetting. I do a lot of my flying through the autopilot, even if I'm manually typing that in. It's really only the takeoff and landing approach that I'll manually take over, and you'll see why I do a lot of autopilot flying if you stay that long. Altitude, start with a casual 4,000. We're not really going for massive fuel efficiency. I want to be able to see things as I fly over them. I can pop down to lower as required. We're all preset. I don't really care about barometer pressure or being exact for stuff. I don't even understand inches of mercury. I'm more of a hectopascal person. What are we doing here? I think we're all good. I think we are all good. Have a quick look now. I always have a quick look outside the aircraft to start with because I've never ever woken up in a cockpit in my life. I imagine most pilots do a walk around, so I like to see what is outside my aircraft. Looks like we've got no one who can push us back. So we'll use the magic of Flight Sim to get us pushed back. And I've just taken off the parking brake, of course. It's important. Don't do a pushback with your parking brake on. Look here.
Hokkaido Airport information, Echo 0500 Zulu. Wind 119er at 15. Visibility 6. Sky condition 2,400 feet, scattered ceiling 4,600 feet overcast. Temperature 6. Dew point 10. QNH tree 0.12. ILS Yankee runway 12 in use. Landing and departing runway tree 0. VFR aircraft say direction of flight.
Yeah, okay, we don't need enough more of that. I know that so that the heavy cloud cover is up higher. I'm going to be flying below that for the time being. Which way will we be going? I forgot which way. I think we're going north. Yeah, of course, north. We're going to go to the northwest.
Hokkaido ground BLXZ 445 with Echo request taxi to the active departure to the north.
Let's warm this engine up a little bit as well.
BLXZ 445 taxi to and hold short of runway tree 0 via taxiway Alpha cross runway 12 Bravo. Contact tower on 126.2 when ready.
Beautiful, beautiful. Looking good. Looking very, very good. Now this thing handles like an absolute whale on the ground. I don't believe that is realistic, although I've never actually flown any plane, let alone a DA62. But this is quite possibly the most beautiful plane I've ever seen. I love the Diamond DA62, and if I were ever given the chance to buy one, I would snap it up in a heartbeat.
BLXZ 445 acknowledge.
Yeah, whatever. Gotcha. Actually make a
Taxi
difference.
2 and hold short runway tree 0 using taxiway Alpha cross
Probably should
runway
have held
12
short.
Bravo.
Too many things going on at
BLXZ
once here.
445.
We have clearance to take off. Have I not held short enough? Don't want me to go all the way down there. Stuff them. Not real life. Yeah, so the way I see this going, this is not going to be a hardcore VATSIM full-on, but I'm also not going to be... What the hell is this taking me? But Microsoft needs to update their guidance. This is taking me out to the runway and then back again. Broken a few rules there. Now, I don't envision seeing this as a crazy get off fucking fancy way. A VATSIM idea, VATSIM hardcore stuff, but I'm going to do this as some sort of somewhat true to life kind of thing. You know, I'm zigzagging all over the place because I'm the only player here. No one else is actually going to crash into me. So I'm taking a few liberties for my own pleasure, but I won't be flying this like a fighter pilot either. We're going to be somewhat doing cold and dark starts and attempting to, as realistically as possible, fly this plane. So if that appeals to you, you're more than welcome to come along for the ride. As stated originally, this is mainly for my own enjoyment and for posterity. If I want to watch these back at a later date without having to dick around and fly the entire thing myself again. Yeah, I would not taxi at that speed if I were a real pilot. Okay, do we have takeoff clearance?
Hokkaido Tower BLXZ 445 ready for north departure at runway 30.
BLXZ 445 QNH 30.12 wind 119er at 15. North departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 30.
Beautiful. So there was a bit of a rolling start and off we go. Flap's already at the right position. Good, good.
BLXZ 445, did you copy?
I did copy. You can see me going down the runway.
Cleared for takeoff runway 30 BLXZ 445.
Well and truly over our takeoff speed, which I believe is about 86 knots or something like that. 83, 86, somewhere around there. Bring those up. Don't want to gain too much height too quickly. Flaps come up, we've got more than sufficient engine power. And I'm now going to roll us onto autopilot.
BLXZ 445, continue for north departure.
Thank you.
Hokkaido Tower BLXZ 445 continue for north departure.
Now let's just throw on nav mode because I am a lazy flyer. Be in my booster seat because I don't think I'm that short in real life. As I said, all sit back and enjoy the view. And I'm actually going to mute myself now because I don't want to listen to my own voice or whatever. And if there's anything I find somewhat interesting, I might pipe in and have a chat. Take care.
BLXZ 445, leading my airspace frequency change approved.
Hokkaido Tower BLXZ 445 frequency change. Hokkaido approach BLXZ 445 is type Diamond DA62 3 miles northwest of Hokkaido 2,900 feet. Request flight following.
BLXZ 445 Hokkaido approach. Squawk 5151. BLXZ 445 radar contact 4 miles northwest of Hokkaido 3,800 feet. QNH 30.12.
Roger BLXZ 445.
Hokkaido approach Japan Air 587 is passing 10,700 feet, descending 3,500 feet. Japan Air 587, Hokkaido, approach QNH tree 0.11 continue as planned. Japan Air 587, you are 8 miles west of Hokkaido. Contact Hokkaido Tower on 118.35 when inbound on the approach. Tower on 118.35, Japan Air 587. BLXC 445, contact Tokyo Center on 119.3. Good day.
119.3 for BLXC 445. Tokyo Center, BLXC 445, 4,500 feet.
BLXC 445 Tokyo Center QNH tree 0.10 continue as planned.
Well, I'm an idiot. It's nav, not comm receiver. Oh well. Lucky I'm not a real pilot.
All Nippon 555, contact Tokyo Center on 132.6. Good day. Going to 132.6, all Nippon 555. Contact Tokyo Center on 132.6. Good day. One tree 2.6 for air to 11 tree. Taxiway Air 1902, contact Tokyo Center on 132.6. Good day. Jeju Air 1902. XC445 contact Tokyo Center on 132.6. Good day. 445, did you copy? BLXC 445, please acknowledge. BLXC 445, acknowledge last transmission. BLXC 445 ATC services terminated. Good day.
Here we are just flying over Cape Kamui, absolutely stunning part of the world. It's a little bit snow covered at the moment with quite a bit of what looks like spreading sea snow. Or sea ice, I should say. There's the boundary between the different meters is updating. But here is Cape Kamui in another part of the world, or another time of the year, I should say. So I can't think and talk at the same time. You can see it's absolutely stunning part of the world, and it's fairly far north, so it would be quite cool even in the summertime. But it's a stunning little area. You can see you can walk down and look out over the cape. So anyway, let's continue on the flight. Maybe we can just visualize it, pretend we're there. Either way, I'm going to go back into silent mode. One thing worth noting here, we have now developed a nice little see that goddamn pop-up coming up. A little bit of a tailwind, a little bit from the right as well, and mostly coming in from the back, which is very, very nice, giving us a little bit of lift. We're making better time. Our ground speed, our true airspeed, is doing fairly well, even if our actual indicated airspeed is suffering a bit. It's not really a concern. And it's also not blowing us quite as far off course as we were before. You saw before we had quite a large turn off our indicated nav point. This time we're going much more carefully, and that is the city of Sapporo over there, I believe. It doesn't tell us, because even though I've got all labels on, Microsoft likes to be as user unfriendly as they can, but that still should be Sapporo over there, which we will overfly. I don't think it is quite as snowy as that in real life. I imagine they clear their roads a bit. Perhaps it'll look a little bit better as we get closer. Anyway, back to it. So just to answer your question there in more detail, I'm just going to bring over a spreadsheet I've done up over here. So this is my, I've only just started streaming. I've done all these on my own time, but I've just decided to, I guess, put it up on YouTube for posterity's sake. I actually like to watch some of my old flights if I had the opportunity, and I didn't save any of these. I don't want to clog up my hard drive, so streaming is the only obvious solution there. And currently doing Hokkaido to Nakashibetsu, and it's 596 kilometers, mainly because we're not going straight. We're doing a bit of a zigzag, I'm doing a lovely sightseeing tour. You see some of the earlier ones, I experimented with different planes before deciding DA62 is good. And I think it goes 12 to 1400 nautical miles is the range. I deal with metric a fair bit, so conversions back and forth, but you'll see my longest flight was not in that plane. The longest flight of the DA62 was 1680 kilometers, which is roughly 1,000 miles, I think, flying over the Philippines, and or to the Philippines, I should say. And what was my fuel mileage on that? I got 337 litres is the maximum I can take on board, and you'll see I did reasonably well in terms of total fuel efficiency. I got it was my most efficient flight because I went very high, no sightseeing, and I was very careful with the engines. I got 7.3 kilometers per litre, which is what's that, 25 to the gallon or something like that. I don't really know Imperial that well. So I'm keeping track of the cost of buying Jet A1 fuel in each country that I'm landing in, so that I have a total overall guesstimate of how much it's going to cost me overall. These ones here are yellow because I didn't keep accurate data beforehand and had to extrapolate, as you can see, based on when I did start collecting the data. So first four slightly less accurate, but from then on everything is perfectly accurate. And these are all real time, my local time, not the actual time of flight. So I'm doing exact weather and exact time of day, so there will be a lot of night flying as I start to move out of my time zone and go east or west. Currently planning on going, let's get back to the actual flight itself. Currently planning on going around the world, and I'm probably going to go over to the US next. So I'm going to head up the Kurils and over the Aleutians, if I can bring up this map here. That's about the furthest I can go. So that's, we're actually heading sort of east at the moment, so that's north up this way. That's Kamchatka Peninsula from Russia, and I'm planning on heading probably up over this way, over here, probably do a quick refueling stop and then over the Aleutians, and I should be able to do that probably in 2 trips. So we'll see how the range goes. I don't want to crash and die into the ocean. Anyway, let me know if you've got other questions. Otherwise, back to enjoying the scenery. And I might actually pop below these clouds. We've got sufficient fuel. I'm going to bring us down for a bit more of a visual experience. Let's plunge. No, you're uncomfortable. Blow your ears out. Go 500. Uncomfortable but bearable. We're approaching the Shirogane Lake coming up shortly, and I don't know what we're going to see from the air exactly. I'm bringing us down nice and low so that we should have as good a view as possible. This is an idea of what the lake looks like in the winter time, so we'll be overflying something very, very similar to this. It's quite a deep, dark, subdued blue, probably to do with the overcast day when the photo was taken, but stunning sort of a look to it. It is fairly small. Then what we've got done next, we've got the summertime looks. I'm going to bring that one over. And that's what it looks like in the summertime. You can see it's quite an odd sort of a blue. Hard to see again in this shot because of the flatness and the stillness and the reflection from the sky above it. But it is a very, very deep blue in section, but also a very light blue in parts. You can see there that's got less of the sky and more of that the whiteness of the cloud. Very, very bright blue. And then of course I have an autumn shot, which probably gives you the best view of the blueness of the lake, and it's a very odd sort of a colour. Now I don't know what causes it. Simply found it up when I was looking for some interesting landmarks that might be viewable from the sky, but that has got to be the most striking image I have seen, at least today, certainly this month. Well, and a bit of snow in the background. It's certainly quite cool, but the beautiful reds. Hokkaido is a stunning place to go, and I'd love to visit it one day. Now we'll see what we can see from the air. We will be there in another 40 kilometres or so, 38.5 kilometres, which is, I get no idea in miles, probably 25 miles, give or take. And our current speed, which is close to 300 kilometres an hour, we should be there very shortly. It's very, very beautiful to fly over the landscape low like this. It's a shame it's so fuel inefficient, otherwise I'd do a lot more of it. But absolutely stunning. And I've flown about this height, about 2,000 to 5,000 feet over most of Japan, dodging mountains in the meantime. And now that I'm streaming this going forward, I'm planning on doing that as well for all of the major landmarks. So things like the Grand Canyon, and sort of as I zigzag down past Peru and whatnot, I'd like to sort of hit major landmarks at a low altitude where possible. Depends on the length of the leg and the overall fuel efficiency. But again, bringing back my chart over here, you can sort of see times when I've been a lot less fuel efficient, mostly because I've been flying much lower legs, and of course it'll hops and jumps here and there. I forgot to record how much fuel I started with, but I forget. I'm going to have to look at the stream later, or I was too distracted preparing for it. I will go back and refill that at the end. Actually, no, I won't be able to. Now, I was at 50%, I believe, and I added in a little bit of extra fuel. So we will say 55% here for the time being, and I will change that once I've had a chance at the end. But I'd like to show on stream at the end how I fill out the rest of these. It's all very, very simple, but I'd like to just at least keep a recording of me adding in all the figures. Now, the lake should be somewhere here. I don't imagine we will see a spectacular view of it, especially given all the snow. I probably should have flown at a warmer time of the year, but maybe I will revisit in the future on my own time. So cross-referencing with Google Maps, this is a water area just to the southwest of the pond, which would make the pond probably here somewhere. A little bit anticlimactic. That's the joys of Bing Maps and Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yeah, so it's just here somewhere. Just down from this it's a large field in the non-winter months. Oh, it looks like there was nothing there, but we are now going to need to gain a fair bit of altitude. I accidentally put my wheels down before that. Anyway, let's start gaining some altitude. Now, the Diamond DA62, I believe, has a 1,100 and some change climbing rate. We might actually have to push that slightly, because those mountains are coming in quite quickly. Now, we've got speed to burn, and I can always take off autopilot and manually zigzag my way up. I think we'll be fine. We're going to have to zip over this way and up that valley a little bit. Let's just push it a little bit. We'll trade some speed for height. And of course the updrafts coming from hills will give us nice big boosts as well, which need to maintain it as much as possible. Once again, let's just be thankful I am not your real life pilot. But we should survive. Never a doubt.